My name is Naderson St. I'm from Gonaive, Haiti, and I recently moved to New York City like 7 months ago.
Yes, my name is Max Junior Desir. I am 27, born and raised in Brooklyn, and here I am as an artist in my first exhibit.
I started painting in 2016, but ever since I was a kid, I've always known how to draw and things of that nature. I grew up in Haiti, so there was a lot of murals, people in the street selling, even the cars have like colors in them. So that kind of like go back into my work, all the things that I've seen and witnessed when I was a kid.
I discovered my creativity, honestly, like when I was 7. It started with the coloring book, and then from there, like I was just going between the lines, but something just told me to sketch someone that was in the room. And within that moment, I realized that I can step out of those lines and I can create things out of bound, not in just one box and in just one place, but honestly, in a bigger canvas, a bigger space. So
I paint in the subway just to talk to those who's been ignored by society most of the times. People walk past them all the times, ignore them. So I went to the subway, paint, and I kind of like listened to their story. They're like one of the most brightest people that you will ever met. But yeah, society kind of like turned their back on them. They were like, oh, you homeless, you dirty. So therefore, they put themselves in they're like, I'm more important than you, so therefore I can't really put the time into listening to your story. And so I think as an artist, it's like, this is my journey, and those people are important, and so therefore I put them in my work, so that people they've been ignored in the streets, but yet people come to galleries and museums just to see a portrait of the person that they've been ignored. So it's like, why do you ignore them in the streets, but yet you want to see in the art world? So it doesn't make any sense. But
for me, I would say in the challenging aspect, honestly, the very things that people are afraid to do and afraid to talk about or express, I like to push the margin, you know, like I like to step out of bounds, like I said earlier, but most of all, just be myself and be true to it, you know. I want to be that person that is able to just, you know, express something and then somebody in the crowd is like, I've been dying to say that for years, or I never had the chance to. And to be youthful still and have that voice, even at this level that I'm in right now, I just honestly feel like that's the challenge, you know, as a youth who's speaking about the world and these things that we go through, but in a creative way.
I don't create art for everybody. I create art for people who at least want to stop and look at the work. Some of my work are like a little bit controversial, so I don't have a big expectations. People or like everybody to appreciate the work that I do, but people that looks like me understand and have like a personal experience with what I've gone through. I create paintings for those individuals.
As an artist, like you always told like to do certain things, and I just feel like there's some things that people don't even know about art that they can't comprehend in terms of the creativity process and, you know, how we see things and why we do what we do. And my message behind that as an artist and why, you know, I want to, you know, be creative and speak on to people and let them, you know, hear a message within my work, you know, and give them a voice that others couldn't really portray at the times that they lived in. We're too afraid to because of the laws or the environment that they're in. And I just feel like if I can be a voice to someone in the masses, then I know that I'm creating a ripple effect and that somebody's gonna pick up the brush similar to I in a different fashion. And it doesn't have to be a paintbrush per se, but it can just be that very talent that you have, that born-given talent that you have. You pick up that one thing, and just by looking at me and inspiration of where I came from and how I'm where I am today, it's just motivation just to encourage people just to express yourself. Do not be afraid to express yourself, but also be true to the nature of your creativity, because at the end of the day, it defines you, it's your identity, and it's your purpose as a you know, a vessel in this world.